Let's go ahead and talk music, man. What you got for us today, brother?
So not a lot of new releases. And it's kind of crazy, ironically crazy that there weren't a lot of new releases on my radar this week. Due to, in lieu of, or in light or in lieu, whichever one is the term that should be applied, of certain occurrences. But so this week, what caught my attention was Statik Selektah's Statik Selektah and Kipp Stone. Statik Selektah's project is, oh my God, I'm really having a brain fart. Statik Selektah's project is The Balancing Act. Yes. It's a really good project. It features Black Thought. Black Thought opens it up.
That's all you need to say.
Song's not long enough. Song's not long enough. No song is ever going to be long enough after Black Thought did the 10-minute joint. But he opens the
right.
Huh?
I said right.
So he opens it up, kills it. You got Joey Badass on there. Like it's the typical Statik Selektah project. And what I love about Statik Selektah is he is a product of the old school, but he is also very present in current hip hop. So he always has old artists. Like it's always it's always all of the tiers. You got the older artists, and you'll have the artists that are now considered older, but they're not not that old. And then you got new artists. So it's got a good balance. You got Jack Harlow on there. You got Conway on there. Like it's a really good project. Oh, Method Man. I don't know what this 50-year-old brother is smoking, shooting up, eating, or what, but he is on one. He is on one right now, and he
been rapping like he had a chip on his shoulder.
His pen been amazing, dog.
He's on this joint with Dave East.
Yeah.
Oh,
his
body bag on Method Man's part. Like Dave East does his thing, but Method Man comes through and really. He doesn't save the song, but he does his Method Man thing.
Is that the one that was with Cortez on it too, from the battle rapper Cortez, or because I know Cortez was on Twitter talking about the Method Man feature.
Statik Selektah joint.
Oh, okay. Did you see? But y'all see Method Man battle too?
Yeah, with Math
Hoffa.
Yeah,
his pen is amazing, bro.
Yeah. Meth is that dude. Meth is definitely that dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then you got Kipp Stone, Chicago artist. His second project, I discovered him through Mick Jenkins. He has a song featuring Mick Jenkins called Sprague Street. They're both Chicago artists. So his project is called HOMME, HOMME. I don't necessarily know how to pronounce it because, I'm not from, I think it's French. So I'm not French. I think it's HOMME. And it's a dope project. It's really introspective. Like it's definitely I didn't listen to his previous project, which was released, I believe, 2018. But this project definitely digs deep into his life. Like it's a great project though. Like I was pleasantly surprised. It wasn't even on my radar. I just popped up on Spotify for new releases. I'm like, oh, Kipp Stone. Oh shit. So great release. So definitely check those out. Put them in a playlist. You won't be disappointed. Kipp Stone, HOMME, and Statik Selektah Balancing Act. Both great projects. Statik Selektah does his usual. And Kipp Stone is apparently a great up and coming artist.
And HOMME, that translates to man, FYI.
Yeah. HOMME, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. Like think about cologne or whatever. It's like blah 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 for home. Yeah.
Okay. So so last and definitely not definitely on this day in particular or this week in particular, not least, is MF Doom. Rest in peace, brother Dumile. I'm sorry, Dumile. So many monikers. Victor Vaughn, King Ghidorah, Zev Love.
Yeah, Zev Love X.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Part one third of KMD.
Yeah, man.
This
KMD,
dude,
man.
I was reintroduced after his passing, which I'm sure everybody knows at this point, actually was on October 31st.
Yeah,
but
he passed on Halloween.
Was that?
Yeah, he passed on Halloween Day.
His actual passing was on Halloween Day. But it wasn't announced until a few days ago.
Right.
Which, in my opinion, is classic Doom fashion. I feel like this might have been requested. This is one of the most mysterious artists in hip hop, and you can quote me on this: history. There's not very much known about Doom other than his pen game is absolutely.
His pen is stupid.
It is Basquiat-like, and I say that in every essence of Basquiat. Like, it is really Basquiat-like. I rediscovered Doom once he became Doom. I wasn't really a KMD fan. No, not necessarily not a KMD fan, but KMD wasn't really heavy on my radar in the 90s. I was more into the native tongue. Like, I was heavy as shit in the native tongue. So KMD was there, but it was like, nah, I need this Q-Tip. I need this Jungle Brothers. I need anything native tongue. So, but when he reemerged, like, this dude took hiatuses. Like, he's just mysterious. He is by way of England, which I did not know until researching him recently. But he reemerged as Doom, and one of my favorite albums of all time. And I'm like, it's crazy that things like this have to happen to reintroduce you to
appreciating stuff.
Yeah.
Mad Villain.
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
Oh Lord in heaven. I urge you to, before you eat another meal, before you drink another drop of water, go listen to Mad Villain. It is one of the most interesting, one of the most dope, one of the most lyrical. Like, Doom, you got to be a fan of Doom. Doom is like Guinness. Guinness is like, if you know Guinness, you know Doom is like Guinness. He's always dope, but you gotta be feeling him to get him, because if you're not feeling him, you're just gonna be like, what is this cartoon shit? And that to me is one of the dopest things about Doom, is that this dude really brought a comic book character to life.
Yeah,
like,
he definitely did.
His whole his whole concept was this character who is it was derived from comic book characters and movie characters, but mainly from the comic book character Doom.
Right.
So you got these. He would use samples from these comic book excerpts, and he would apply the Black struggle to it. But he would also have this, like, the whole Doom persona is a real character. And, like, it was just so ill how he would. It's like, you wouldn't listen to Doom. To me, I didn't listen to Doom expecting to hear a song about anything. I would listen to Doom expecting to hear an excerpt from the life of a comic book supervillain. I didn't care what he was talking about. I just wanted to know what he had to say at that point. And that is the most spectacular thing about this dude, man. He took, like, it's crazy. Like, he had a genius within himself that I don't know if a lot of people that didn't appreciate him will really understand. Like, he took a comic book character and applied Black struggle to it, and the hip hop and all of hip hop culture. And he turned it into, like, he made albums out of this shit. The dude is crazy. I went back to Food, which is another one of my favorite albums from my late 20s and early 30s. Like, I had so much fun you know, it's unfortunate why I had this much fun, but I was so happy for the nostalgia that was reintroduced to me in the passing of Brother Dumile, aka MF Doom, aka Victor Vaughn, aka King Ghidorah. Shit.
So he was very well respected on the underground circuit. Why do you think he didn't blow up beyond that? Do you think that the theatrics,
by design, he didn't want to.
Yeah,
his focus was the music. That's why he wore the mask. He didn't want you to be focused on seeing him and being like, you know, and just being in awe of being in the presence of Doom, which ironically enough is what ended up happening. He wanted you to focus on his music.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I mean his persona and what Doom became was about as iconic as an independent artist can be without being mainstream. Like he was arguably the pinnacle of you know, point that an indie artist could reach without crossing over. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know,
everybody respects Doom.
Yeah,
favorite rapper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you know, I was mentioning before we went live, talking about that video of Most on YouTube, just quoting Doom verses for God knows how long. You know what I mean? Because he was just stupid. My one of my favorite you know, guest appearances from him was definitely on De La Soul's joint. Rock Cocaine Flow. That joint.
Cocaine Flow.
Yo, that joint was stupid. Stupid. It's like eat MCs like part of a complete breakfast.
Dude.
Yeah. Yo. Yeah, that joint was crazy. Yeah, man.
So why the delay? I understand the family wanted to be private with his passing, but why do you think that why do you think they released it when they did, and why do you think they kept it under wraps for as long as they did?
I mean, I don't know. Anything I say at this point really just be speculation.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm asking your opinion. I'm not asking for fact.
I mean, I know. Yeah, so I mean, my 2 cents is that sometimes, sometimes it's a mixture of privacy. Family just kind of really want to, he was definitely a very private artist. Didn't do interviews and things like that or whatever, and kind of kept, like some of his personal life out of the limelight. So, I mean, it could be a mixture of that. It could be circumstances around his death that maybe, they don't necessarily feel like is the public's business. It could be a lot of different things. You know what I mean? It could be illness. Who knows? But I mean, I just, when that stuff happens, man, it's death is death. So, it's unfortunate regardless to if it, like when it happened, this is still a loss. And so, yeah, man, it's just, I'm not going to do a whole lot of kind of looking into it to try to figure out why and this, that, and the third. And I probably won't like do any more speculating around it. It's just, it's a major loss. I thought, like I had mentioned to SHERM before too, before we went live, I instantly thought of the homie Fresh Daily. Shout out to Fresh Daily, because he's one of the people, back when I was, I definitely wasn't like a super fan. I'm not going to pretend that I was like, just kind of going out of my way to always check for the brother. And it never had anything to do with me not recognizing that his pen game was stupid. Like Doom is definitely one of the dopest in terms of like just how he constructs his bars. Like, I mean, the run on, like taking a line or whatever, or punchline, and just how he could kind of keep that same theme running for like a couple of bars. You know what I mean? Like it's still piggybacking off of like a line that he said like 3-4 bars before. He was stupid with it.
Dude, man.
He was just crazy. But like, truthfully, man, like, I'm a dude who I've been listening since the KMD days. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure back there I still got my old KMD album or the single for Peach Fuzz. Back when Doom actually used to get radio play, you know what I'm saying? Like mainstream radio play. And, when he was at Love X and then, of course, shout out to Third Base and MC Search, And Pete Nice, the joint Gas Face, you know what I mean? Because he closed out Gas Face. That was a classic joint too. And so, like this dude has been in the mix for decades. Since like the early 90s, we've been getting blessed with verses from this man. So rest in peace to him and salute to his legendary status in the game. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Definitely.
Man.
Definitely that.